Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm Ross Benjamin. It's Tuesday, March 15th, the opening day of the NCAA tournament. Tonight we'll see first four games, but we're going to be discussing the NCAA tournament taking place on Thursday, the 17th, and that's St. Patrick's Day. And boy, oh boy, look at St. Patrick's Day and Chip Chirimbus. I don't know if it goes hand in hand, but he certainly looks like he's in a comfortable spot there in front of the Las Vegas baseball stadium.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. The weather's treating us well, so we decided to be outside at the ballpark. There's so many different spots to do shoots out here. It's great. I'm so glad to be back in Las Vegas. And so here we're going here, Russ. We got big games and tournaments going on right now. Yeah. And I was kind of excited about baseball. I know that we're taping this on the Ides of March, which is the 15th, and 13 is supposed to be an unlucky number. But for me, the 13th of March is one of the great days in sports history. Not only did I win both megabuck plays in college and pro, but Tom Brady comes out of retirement.
Hey,
and guess what?
How about that?
Gary Sanchez has to bring his interpreter to Minnesota.
You stole my thunder. I wanted to lead you into that. For those of you who haven't been following us for a while, me and Chipper, since we've been little boys, have been New York Yankee fans, but we keep our professionalism within our business and try to stay as unbiased as possible. But Chips had this long-standing rant about Gary Sanchez. That was the former catcher of the New York Yankees, a guy who couldn't hit his weight. Came out of the shoot real well and terrible defensively, other than having a really good arm.
Now you're starting to see the things about his defense. Even in the periodicals that come out and predict the preseason, they usually don't say anything negative about anybody. And now they just continually mention Sanchez's defense's limitations, shall we say. And we said, I got a strong arm. That doesn't mean anything when you have to get the ball at the backstop because you can't catch it. Anyway, I was happy to see him. That was 6 years now. He's not going to need an interpreter to sit and talk to the press in Minnesota because there's not going to be anyone there that cares. So, I wonder if the Twins are going to pay an interpreter $100,000 a year like they did in New York just for him to talk to the press. I don't think so.
Very unlikely with their payroll, Chipper. Well, let's get to the matter at hand. The NCAA tournament, like I said, tonight it opens in Wyoming. And help me out, Chip. Wyoming and
tonight they have Indiana's favorite.
Indiana's a 4-point favorite tonight. I had a brain.
That is Tuesday night. Indiana's favorite against Wyoming.
Yeah. So and then we have a meaningless game between two number 16 seeds. I don't even know why they play those games. You know what I mean?
Because there's a bigger paycheck, they'll expand it even more if they think they can get that.
I guess the sports betting industry should like it because it's an additional game for people who are crazed at this time of year to bet on. So I guess from a marketing standpoint, anyway. And then tomorrow we'll have two more first four games, and then we get a full slate on Thursday, Chip, and a lot of good matchups on Thursday. I think the NCAA tournament committee did a terrific job this year. Maybe some of the seeding is a little off, but in terms of who made it and who didn't, usually we're sitting here, we're discussing 3 or 4 teams we think got snubbed. I guess you can make a small case for Texas A&M. But again, how do you put a team in an 8-game losing streak, Chip?
And I have a question, Ross, because I came to the realization today when I'm running around. I call my buddy his alma mater, and I said, where's the Red Storm? Where's the Redmond? Where's St. John's? St. John, did they not accept the bid because they were over 500? I mean, you would think that they would love to have them playing in the Garden in the NIT.
In the NIT, yeah, exactly. I don't know what's up with that.
Because I know that for a number of years out here in Las Vegas, the Rebels turned down bids and opportunities. They could have gone, and I guess they felt they weren't worthy. And I'm thinking you're supposed to play every chance you get.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like they're taking a step down in class after being in the NCAA tournament for 7 or 8 years in a row. I agree with you, Chipper.
But first, that was the only thing I questioned about the draw in the tournament. I think you were really right. And we talked about the first time we saw UCLA, and I said they're not that good, and the committee agreed with this. They're a 4th seed, which makes them either 9 to 12, right? 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right.
So, Actually, it's
Yeah.
12, 13, 14. I'm sorry on that. But so I saw them the other night, Ross, play Arizona, and they really were gutty and very, very well coached. And I'm looking at this Arizona lineup, very formidable. They have two Africans that are 7'1", 7 feet, and a big white tree from who knows, Iowa, most likely. And he's 6'11", a guy that's taking up space and knows how to handle the ball. And UCLA ran out to an early lead and had a 10-point lead, I think, at half. And it was so gutty. Because they were pecking. It was a struggle. And I said, boy, oh boy, what's going to happen? And in the second half, Arizona just went back to basics and played defense and let the big men take over. They started being very formidable against the Bruins, blocking shots, getting rebounds, and turn the game around. And Arizona is really good from what I saw. And I saw Gonzaga early in the season, and they could end up playing each other before it's all over, Ross. But my free game on Thursday is going to involve UCLA because of the way the Bruins attacked continually through that game. I thought they were so well coached. And Akron, I see, is 24-9, and yet they have played great defense all year. And here they are playing UCLA, but it's not going to get good enough for them. They're 7-1 in the last 8 against the number, 28-10 as dogs in the last 38. UCLA is going to be too good. They're coming out. They're going to be hungry. Laying 14 points is a lot of points to be laying here, Ross. And
Actually, it's 13.5 now, Chip.
Okay, I'll take that. And their defense is holding opponents to 64.3 points. And Ross, the level of competition between these two is dramatic. So if they're holding the rest of the NCAA Pac-10 to 64, I think Akron will be fortunate if they get to 50. So I'm looking for UCLA to win this game. That's my complimentary play out there. I may be using it with my service on Thursday, but right now I like UCLA.
UCLA minus 13.5 over Akron on Thursday in the NCAA tournament from Chip Chirimbus. Again, you could find Chip at chipwins.com or theaplay.com, one of the finest handicappers over the last 4 or 5 decades now. And there's a reason why he's lasted that long is because he's been quite successful in doing so. And your Megabucks plays have been terrific, right, Chip?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a 7-week run right now, and that's a pretty good test of time. 32-12, and 3 of those games are overtime. Well, anyway, I don't want to go through that again. But 32-12, I'm quite proud of it. That beat Saturday. 2 Saturdays in a row, and each time came back with like 4 straight winners, and looking to just keep going right through the rest of the season, because these are the big games, the games you and I focus on. I don't talk to you, and all of a sudden we're on the phone together, and we haven't spoken or looked or said anything to each other, and we're looking at the same games. So then I know I'm in tune, and all the moons and stars are lining up for us.
Yeah, wishful thinking, but we were wrong the other day on Texas Tech, but it happens. I'm going to take a look at San Francisco and Murray State on Thursday. That game will be played in Indianapolis at what do they call it now? The Gainbridge Fieldhouse. It changes every other year over there. And then the event right now, Murray State is a 1.5 point favorite. But here's what jumped out at me here, Chipper. San Francisco, a number 10 seed, opened as a 1.5 point favorite in this game. And I've said this on many occasions, and we've shared the opinions over the phone on several cases. You got a team like Murray State, 28-2 on the year, ranked number 20 in the country.
Wow.
Have won 18 games in a row, yet they open up as a dog against a number 10 seed.
Yeah.
Right there, your antennas go up. And
they should. They should. For you and I, maybe other people don't see it the way they do, but when we look at it, that is very suspect to us. And someone else may not see it that way, but that's why we're here.
Yeah, San Francisco, look, they played in the West Coast Conference. They have a lot tougher schedule that they faced. Look, they faced 5 times this year. They played St. Mary's and Gonzaga. They lose to St. Mary's by 2 and 5 points. 2 nationally ranked teams. Gonzaga's number 1. They're 24-9, and 5 of their losses came against St. Mary's and Gonzaga. Out of conference, they beat Davidson. Out of conference, they beat UAB. Out of conference, they lose to Loyola Chicago just by 5. So this team's played some quality opposition out of conference. Murray State, on the other hand, has played 1 game all season long against a team ranked in the top 25 right now, and that was at LSU, and they lost that game by 13 at LSU. Now, Murray State also That's the only team they played all season long that's in this current NCAA tournament field. So, I just think this is a sucker play. Murray State's going to be a very popular play on the NCAA tournament brackets, as well as this game in particular. We've already seen, Chip, they went from a 1.5 dog to a 1.5 favorite, an enormous amount of money in volume of bets, and the amount of money wagered has gone lopsided the way of Murray State. I'm going to take the contrarian approach here, Chipper. I'm going to take San Francisco plus the 1.5 over Murray State on Thursday. Chip Chirimbus, he likes the UCLA Bruins minus 13.5 over Akron. Folks, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, just a friendly reminder, over our last 18 videos, we've gone 26-11. Okay. We do great on our premium selections. We're on a nice run here with our free picks. And I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. There's no strings attached. And look, you get to talk to two handsome older gentlemen like me and Chipper who've been around this business for a long time. Anyway, now that I made Chip blush, and it's not the sun in Vegas, he's very easily embarrassed, right? Anyway, Chipper, final words.
Well, I'm really excited about what's going on. We've already seen we come out of the regular season in the groove, and we started in the playoffs and showdowns already, and haven't lost a beat with it. So I'm really comfortable with it. Like I say, I post my best bet every single day on the website. We're going in, we're into our 8th week, 7.5 weeks now. Like I said, 32-12. Really proud of that right now because, Ross, how we were men's at the beginning of the season. You were in and out, and then we finally put it together. So both of us did. And so go to chipwins.com, and I'm going to put my one bet game up there, my one best bet. Just try it that way.
Yeah, there you go. I have a best bet up for tonight, but by the time you get to this video, you might not have time. I will have a pick in the NCAA tournament on Wednesday and minimum of 5 picks on Thursday. I absolutely love Thursday's card. My college basketball picks right now, 47-34 over my last 81. That's good for 58%. That also includes 12-7 with my last 19, which is good for 63%. My Mega Bucks play, Chip's Mega Bucks play is my college basketball 10-star top plays. And since February 27th of 2018, that's over 4 years, folks. And as documented by Sports Capping, which I have no affiliation with other than I put my plays up there and they document them, and 97-71, that's 58%. Dime players are up close to $20,000 over that course of time. And since January 28th, all picks, 85-65, that's good for 57%. One more thing, the NBA is still playing ball right now, even though we got an NCAA tournament, NIT tournament, college basketball classic. What did I miss? There's another tournament, CBI, I think. But the NBA is playing, and my NBA totals. I had another winner last night, Chip. So
I've been quite around my Mega Bucks as well in the NBA. I mean, it's just like the whole season. Once the All-Star game happened, we hit the second half. 13-4, Ross, the last 17. That's over 75%.
Yeah.
And yesterday at Sacramento, of all teams, they beat the Bulls by 6 on the floor, and it's been that way for us. We're giving out an underdog and it's winning outright. So I really feel very comfortable what we're doing. Feel comfortable with the games we're giving here. Lost with UCLA against Arizona on last week, but they say, "Oh, you were looking good." Well, they were intended to win that game, Ross. They were really beat down by a superior team, and I saw them wilt at the end.
Very nice. And there you have it. You can find Chip again at chipwins.com, theaplay.com. You can find me at rbwins.com. Just a final note, I said with my NBA totals, we're doing very well. 22-13 with the last 35 and 12-5 with the last 17. Again, rbwins.com, chipwins.com. We have daily, weekly, monthly, and annual packages all up there right now, all at affordable rates. You're getting over 60 years of handicapping experience in the sports betting industry, and all our picks are independently documented and monitored. We don't get monitored by BecauseIToldYouSo.com. Anyway, Until the next time, for Chip Chirimbus and Ross Benjamin, we'd like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. Take care and God bless, folks.